Welcome back to the Data Protection Diaries, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the home office, because if you are in the UK then you will already be well aware that we are now in lockdown for the third time, not entirely sure. But we are in lockdown, which means that we are only allowed out for essential travel. We are not allowed to go and work from the office unless we can't work from home. So today we are in the home office and we are recording the vlog. And that is particularly important for today because today we are here to talk about Ticketmaster. Now, Ticketmaster have just been fined $10 million in a criminal fine in the US for something called business intrusions, which is exactly what we're going to get into today. As always, before we get into things, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are not new to the channel, welcome back. Whichever which way it is, if you are not subscribed, please do make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Hit the little notification bell as well so you know when videos are coming out. And if you have any comments, if you want to be involved in the conversation, please do click a like, comment down below. All of these things are just really, really useful and help us to understand whether or not these videos are useful, or engaging, or interesting, and also helps YouTube understand that as well. And then it helps them decide whether or not to show them to more people. But anyway, that's enough of the begging for likes. Let's get on with today's video. Ticketmaster. Obviously, as we know, Ticketmaster is a ticket reselling website. Very, very popular, obviously widely used. Now, it interests me specifically about this particular piece of news is that actually it doesn't really seem to have been talked about a great deal, possibly because it came in at the end of the year. BBC News reported it on New Year's Eve, and obviously people have got a lot of other things going on. But it is still very, very interesting. Ticketmaster, the ticket selling website in the US, has been fined $10 million, or about £7.8 million if you're here in the UK, for something called business intrusions. Now, these business intrusions specifically related to employees at Ticketmaster illegally accessing the computers and systems of one of its competitors. The interesting thing here is that it seems that in some way Ticketmaster may have been aware of what was going on, and it wasn't just a couple of rogue employees trying to cause a bit of mischief. What it's been said is that they were essentially trying to choke the competition. So they were trying to gain as much information about their competition as they possibly could so that they could angle themselves in particular ways, target particular sectors, target particular events. And obviously that is misuse of commercial information, is extremely unfair, and obviously comes with a whole host of different issues. So how do they do it? Well, it was very, very simple. As you've seen in the thumbnail, we've already called this a hack. A hack is probably a little bit extreme, but in essence, it is exactly the same thing. So there were two employees that had come to Ticketmaster that had previously been working for the competitor. When these two individuals came from the competitor, they came with the knowledge of passwords that they had been using to access computers and systems while working for the competitor. Now, obviously at some point during their employment at Ticketmaster, these particular individuals decided to see whether or not those passwords still worked and whether or not they could still access those systems. And lo and behold, they could. Now, just because you can, obviously doesn't mean that you should. But obviously these two individuals decided that they should. So they then access the systems and use those passwords and those credentials to extract information from their competitors, which was then used by Ticketmaster for its own commercial gains and its own commercial advantages. Now, this wasn't a one-off occurrence. It sounds like they had a little bit of a group and they were getting together, going through the data that they were collecting and sharing and looking at different ways to use it, which is why it's a particularly high fine for this kind of activity. The interesting thing here is that this could have been so easily avoided if the competitor had just followed some very, very simple control steps within their security and privacy frameworks. The first one of those things being change passwords when employees leave your business. If you do not have a starter leaver process in place within your organization and you are utilizing any kind of cloud services, I suggest that you go and look at that straight away. The last thing that you need is an employee leaving your business still having access to your systems and your networks because they had a password, possibly even a shared password if it's for a shared account or a CRM that a lot of people have access to. You don't want them leaving with access to that password. It is, of course, illegal for an employee to take business information, take proprietary business IP with them when they leave roles, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people aren't going to do it. And if there's an opportunity to make money, then of course somebody's going to take that opportunity. Having an effective starter leaver process, ensuring that when people are leaving the business, that passwords are changed, emails are cancelled, all accounts are cancelled, is critical when you're looking at protecting your systems, your networks, and of course avoiding yourself from vulnerabilities. In this case, yes, we are talking about malicious intent. The individuals knew that they could still gain access. They utilised that access for commercial gain, and now people are suffering. Interestingly, I've seen a couple of people talking about whether or not the individual is being charged. From what I've read, I believe the individual is being charged, but there's no real details surrounding that coming out at the minute. But obviously Ticketmaster are being held liable for the employee's action. That kind of brings us to another point, that if you're bringing people into your business and they're coming with the ideas that, we can help you, I can help you beat your competitors, I can help you be a better business, it is your responsibility to make sure that the information that they are bringing to you is fair, is legitimate, and you're allowed to use it for your own commercial purposes. So make sure that you're doing your due diligence. If anybody's coming over to you from a sales team, from a recruitment team, from a commercial team, any kind of finance team, anything like that, and saying they can bring you a lot of customers, because they may not have the permissions to be using that information as well. So that's just something else to bear in mind. So the key lesson for today is that if you have people leaving your business, and it is 101, make sure that you are changing passwords, make sure you are closing down user accounts, because you never know who's going to try and get back into those, and you never know what damage that they're going to be able to do. That's it for today. As always, if you find this content useful, please do give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a share. We're going to be doing some more of the Pub Chat podcasts for the next couple of months while we're in lockdown, to try and bring a bit of light entertainment. Our next guest is JJ Davey. If you don't know who he is, go and check him out on LinkedIn. He is absolutely fantastic and a brilliant cybersecurity professional. If there's anybody you want to see on the podcast, please do drop that down in the comments below, or come and message me on LinkedIn, or message me through the iStorm website as well. But for now, thank you very much for listening, and we very much look forward to talking to you again soon. Cheers.